I'm trying to say is that if they are actually things that Allah has created, that by burning it, or by smelling it, or by having it in the room or something like that, that it will benefit, then inshallah there's no harm in that. This is part of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has legislated in the Quran and the Shah. But if a person thinks, okay, by having these crystals or having that thing that you've just mentioned, Allah is the one that's going to bring about goodness, but this thing has the ability to do that. But it's not really. Minor shirk, because he's making a cause what is not a cause. But if a person completely takes Allah outside of the equation or equates Allah to that crystal, yeah, Allah decrees, but this thing also has the power to change the decree or something like that. That's either equating or superseding. That's major kufr, major shirk. Allah protects. Right, in this hadith in the Messenger of Allah, this is a hadith which should be reported by Abu Dawood and Imam Ahmad. Now here, I just want to highlight something in Mustal Hadith, which is a benefit, which is that, let me just see if it's here. Yes, it's here as well. Look, we have 6 books of hadith, yeah? What are they? Al-Bukhari, Muslim. We'll put them in order, yeah? In order. Do you know what the third one is? Abu Dawud. When it comes to in terms of strength and authenticity and also scholarship, the ulama said Imam Bukhari was a mujtahid mutlaq. He had his own madhab. You know how you got Abu Hanifa who's got his own madhab, he didn't need to follow anyone? Al-Bukhari and Abu Dawud were like that as well. Abu Dawud is on that level. Number 4, at-Tirmidhi, Abu Isa at-Tirmidhi, rahimahullah. Number 5, al-Nasa'i. And number 4, Muhammad ibn Yazid al-Qaswini, also known as Ibn Majah. Right. Here now, we've got the 6 books of hadith. All of the religion, or most of it, is preserved in this 6. Wallahi alhamd. But here now, we've got Musnad Ahmad and then Abu Dawood. Why are they saying Musnad Ahmad? As in Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, he's the ulama, one of the leaders of our ummah. But when it comes to narrating hadith, why have we given precedence to Imam Ahmad above Abu Dawood when Abu Dawood is on this list, when Imam Ahmad is not on this list?
So because Imam Ahmad is the chair of the course.
Okay. I'm going to put that on the list here in terms of having higher chains. I can even put down number 4, having more chains. Number 2, as a reason, is that he was the teacher of all of the above, really. Imam Ahmad was the teacher of Imam Bukhari. Imam Bukhari was the teacher of Imam Muslim. Imam Ahmad was the teacher of Abu Dawood. Imam Bukhari was the teacher of Imam at-Tirmidhi, which makes Imam Ahmad the grandfather of at-Tirmidhi and Muslim, if you look at it in terms of knowledge. So out of respect to the teacher, but also this is how the madhabs are. This is how the madhabs are. And I'm not saying that this is, showing any kind of precedence towards a madhab or preference towards a madhab or something like that. But you will find if, for example, in the Maliki madhab, you will find certain scholars quoting Imam Malik from the Muwatta, that this hadith has been narrated in the Muwatta, but then it's also in Bukhari. Why? Because we are following the madhab of Imam Malik, so we're giving precedence to the narration that comes to us from our Imam. But also because there is a higher chain and he is the teacher, meaning Imam Malik came before Al-Bukhari. So there's a chronological sort of reason for it. So sometimes you will find this being from the adab of Ahl al-Ilm, and I don't want you to get confused by it, because the reason why they do that is because of this. Now, this is actually showing us the expertise and the knowledge of the Sheikh Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, because he could have just written Abu Dawood or Abu Dawood and then Ahmad. But the practice of the people of ilm, especially the scholars of hadith, is that this is what they will do. They will give respect to the teacher by mentioning the teacher's name first, even though the book of Abu Dawood is more recognized than Imam Ahmad's. Now, a person would then maybe ask, how is it possible that the students, now they've got two students you've just mentioned, their books are more recognized than the books of the teacher? Why? Now, in order to understand this, we have to understand that some books of hadith, some of them are a jami', some of them are sunan, some of them are musnads, masanid. Jami', and this is Bukhari and Tirmidhi, they've got jami'. A jami' is basically a collection of ahadith, but it might not necessarily be just ahadith. So it could be ayat, with tafsir of ayats, taken from narrations. It could be masail in aqeedah. It could be masail in fiqh. It could be masail in tafsir. So a jami' is basically a collection of loads of different disciplines in that one book, but the main theme of it is all of it going back to the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So you will find things in Bukhari that you won't find in Muslim. You will find things in different jami' that you will not find in others. Right. Sunan are talking about the fiqh aspects of what has come from the sunnah of the Messenger of Allah, the fiqh of the sunnah. So we have a bunch of narrations coming from the Messenger of Allah about tahar. So what that scholar in hadith would do is categorize all of those hadith about tahar. So then when you read them through, you'll be reading the fiqh of tahara from the Messenger of Allah. So sunan are concentrating on fiqh. Musnad, now this is the thing with musnad. The musnad is to preserve the isnad, not necessarily preserve the narration. And that's what Imam Ahmad did, as you can see here, Musnad Ahmad, and then they have the Sunan of Sunan of Abu Dawood. So Abu Dawood, his approach towards the book was different. Hence, this has been preserved or given more precedence than the Musnad of Imam Ahmad. What's a Musnad? A Musnad is to arrange from Alif to Ya, the Arabic alphabet, all of the chains of narrations that you've got according to the Arabic alphabet. So if you've got a companion, Abu Bakr, for example, he will be in Alif. All of the chains of narration that you've got going back to Abu Bakr will be under Alif. Ba, Bilal. All of the chains of narration that you've got going back to Bilal will be under Ba. Now, as you can imagine now, this could have a large number of chains of narrations. These chains of narrations might be authentic, might not be authentic. They may be categorized, none of them are categorized when it comes to topic. All of it is just about the chain of narration going back to that person. That's why the Musnad of Ahmad, if you look at I can't remember exactly how many, I think there's about 20,000 narrations in there. Compare that to Imam Bukhari, he's got about 7,000 narrations. So now here, it's not an issue of why have we given precedence to Bukhari, Muslim, Abu Dawud, and Tirmidhi, and we've forsaken somebody who is more knowledgeable, or who is their teacher, or whoever somebody has a madhab over. That's not the point. The point here is that Imam Ahmad gathered his Musnad for a different reason as to why Imam Bukhari did his. So that's also another very important benefit. Can you explain what a jami' means? A jami' is a collection of different disciplines and different sciences, all revolving around the hadith. So in the jami' you will have, as in Imam Bukhari rahimahullah, he begins his jami' in talking about how the wahi began. And then he's got Kitab al-Ilm, but also in this. So that's got nothing to do with the practicalities. That's got to do with Aqidah, that's got to do with the Seerah. But also in Imam Bukhari's Sahih, he's got Tafsir, he's got Kitab al-Tawhid. He was one of the first people to write Kitab al-Tawhid. So if a person was to say, look at you, Wahhabi writing Kitab al-Tawhid, it wasn't done before, but no, that's not the case. Imam Bukhari has Kitab al-Tawhid in there. So because it is a jami', you're going to have you're going to have a wider range of sciences than you would have in the Sunan. The Sunan is just about the fiqh, and the Masanid is just about the Isnad. Is to preserve the Isnad. And that was something which is really important to the ulama of hadith at that time. Right. So now, where were we? How did I get to that point? I don't know how I got to that point, but we got the point here.